We are very fortunate. You'll be handing out gifts later. Great. Make sure to get in line. It is incredibly wonderful to see you all here. I am so grateful on so many levels that you have come out tonight. But I am so grateful for all of you all the time. I could not be luckier with the friendships that I have, particularly from this town. I have a theme for tonight. Hold on, let's look at the time. Okay. Here's my theme.
Your nephews aren't here. You're
My nephews time me for my homily. It's very rude. My theme is, and you know this expression, the more things change, the more they stay the same, right? The more things change, the more they stay the same. I think we kind of live that, we all have experiences of that, but here's how it works in my life. So, you know, everybody knows my family and I grew up in town. We grew up over on Priory Lane and, near Christ Church. But I spent my Sundays, particularly every summer, within a 1 mile radius of where we are right now. So my Sunday mornings would be go to the early mass at OLPH in my tennis whites, put the cassock on, serve the mass as the altar boy, do the mass, and immediately hop on my bike after mass, ride down here, and play in the round robin, the junior round robin at whatever it was, like 8 a.m. And I managed to get it all in. And those were my Sundays in the summer. Not much has changed. I still have a variety of passes. Do I have the whites on underneath? That's not going to be discussed. And then I hop in my little Kia and I get out here for the senior, the much more senior round. The over 50 crew. Except for Doug Halverson, nice job there. So, the more things change, the more they stay the same. Another aspect of that is, as I said, the tremendous friendships that I continue to have. There are so many people in this room where we knew each other when we were like 10, 12 years old. We played tennis together, we swam together, we hung out together. The families, the parents of dear friends who are here, blessings, blessings, blessings. So incredible how the gifts just belong here. I guess certain things have changed. The last thing that didn't change my tennis. I still play about the same amount, unfortunately. But one thing that has changed, interestingly enough, is that after tennis when I was a kid, go to the pool, go to the snack bar for your refreshments. I get my refreshments at a different place after tennis now. Look out, the 19th hole. But I bring this up for a very important reason. I have to tell you this. Not a cent of the proceeds tonight go to paying my bargains. You all heard that.
Yay!
All right? That's been gracious. My family's very good that way, and you're so good. I get a lot of free drinks. And I'm a little guilty because I should have assuaged you of this notion before. That doesn't actually count for Sunday Mass. Buy me a drink, buy me dinner. I have to tell you, there are people like, it counts. The tennis definitely does. Don't worry about that. So, after all of that, why are we here? We're here because it's an opportunity. Why I was so excited about this happening. It was an opportunity for this family from this town, these old friendships, these new friendships that I have, this family that I have here, to meet the family that I've joined for my life, the Capuchin Friars. And it is a match that I'm so grateful there's a connection there, because so many of you have been supporting the work of the Capuchin Friars for many years. And some of you are starting now. And I want to share with you why that's so worthwhile. Okay? So there are a lot of social servants and agencies out there. So many of you are already involved in great ministries yourselves that really deal with the poor, the sick, the lonely, refugees, so many things going on that Home Depot are involved in. For us, those are things that are very important to us, very dear to our hearts as Capuchin Friars. But I just want to explain to you a slight difference, or what makes us unique. The real goal for a Capuchin Friar is to bring God's love to the world. That's what we're trying to do, in two ways, through word and action. We are desperately trying to bring God's love to the world through word and action, right? Build the kingdom of God in those ways. And we never separate the two, right? What we do for the poor is because we are trying to live what God has asked us all to do and share the joy of the gospel with people. St. Francis of Assisi said it best, our founder, preach the gospel, if necessary, use words. Isn't that a great line? That's what we live by. And so, in a very practical way, the things that you're supporting tonight are the work that we do with the poor, our many food pantries. Every parish that we have has a food pantry for that area. We have a number of them in New York City. That's what Father was talking about, making sure that they stay stocked and handed out. The more recent ministries, we do a lot of parish work, but we've tried to get out, we want to get out from the parish to really minister on the streets. And so, as you know, I've been talking about this forever, we created this new Capuchin Mobile Ministries. So we bought a van, we plastered, a guy in a brown robe on the side of it, and our brothers right now in Boston I have 3 friars going out to the streets a number of times a week to give food and support to the poor, but not just coffee, sandwiches, bringing many volunteers with them. Not just that, they're doing spiritual care of the poor. You don't know how significant that is. I mean, I think you can figure it out. The people on the streets are so alone. They feel so alone. No one speaks to them. So for the friars, friar means little brother. It's our place to take the littlest place. It's for us to be out in conversation, in relationship with anybody in the margins. And so that's why we're so proud of this ministry, because we built it so that all the needs are met for the poor that we encounter. And so that's really so much of what you're supporting tonight. That if you believe that we need to keep God's love front and center in the world, then when you support the Capuchin Friars, that's what's happening, right? And that's what's unique about us compared to other social service agencies, as wonderful as they are. And so, brothers and sisters, I'll draw this to a close by saying this. First of all, so many of you have been so generous already. God bless you. Thank you so much for all your donations tonight. Please give yourselves a round of applause. Please. But I want to keep that relationship going forever. I want us in your minds as you think about the way you support the poor. For our mobile ministries, just in a very practical sense, we figured this out. It costs between $275 and $325 every time the van goes out. So about $325, and we go out 3 times a week. So if you're thinking, if you haven't donated yet, or you're thinking about donating in the future, you can pay for a day, you can pay for a week, right? But I can tell you guys this because you're my friends and you understand this, and then you have big jobs and you understand how life works. For us to commit friars to those jobs, like young, strong, brilliant, talented men to those jobs, most of our friars bring in salaries as parish priests or doing other things. But if we're going to take them out of those works so that we can be on the street with the poor, we have to support them. So if you're thinking over time that you want to make a real investment in a ministry like this, I invite you to do that as well. Obviously that's more, and we can always talk about that. Then you can buy me a drink on the I'm very kind. You can buy me a drink and dinner, and I can ask you for money. I have no problem anyway.
Only me. Kick her off.
You are the best. You are incredibly generous. I'll finish practically speaking. The table that you came in, I think. Oh no, there's Mr. Vogel, our development director. He's in a blue jacket. He's right in the back. He's got it standing right by a table for anybody who has not contributed or would like to contribute more or talk about contributing more. Mr. Vogel's right in the back, George Vogel, and we are going to end as we should end everything with a blessing. A blessing. You are a blessing.